Hi, I am Tina Moenck. I am the author of the Soap Making Handbook Volume 1 and the creator of the e-course Masterclass Advanced Soap Formulations. I also have a Facebook group called Soap Making and Business Coaching. And in the files we have lots of information for beginners, including lye safety and beginner recipes, all for free just in the files. And we also have business workbooks that I have written in there as well for those that are ready for those. Now I am doing a beginner soap making series of short videos just to kind of give you a little better understanding of different things if you're just new to soap making. If you have not watched my lye safety video, that's where you start. And then we have I have several videos in this series, and there will be more coming as well too. So stay tuned for those. Now in this one we are going to talk about how to use the soap properly, how to, in the shower, how to store it, and some packaging ideas for you. Okay, so whether you're just making soap right now for friends and family, or you're thinking about making it a business down the road, that's going to give you some ideas for that. Okay, so handcrafted soap, if you're not very familiar with it, it cannot sit in water. Okay, no matter how long it's cured, no matter how hard it is, it cannot sit in water. So what I recommend to people is to have like a shower caddy, just a little container that maybe suction cups to the top of the shower, so that way you can put your soap in there and then it will drip dry. The water won't hit it continuously, it just needs to be up out of the way of the water, and so it's not, just make sure it doesn't sit in water. Otherwise it's going to get mushy, and nobody wants a mushy soap. So we also have several suppliers out there of wooden soap decks, something like this, and those work great for your sink. You kind of want to have something underneath it though to catch all the water, and then you can just clean them off, or rinse the dish off underneath it. But the soap decks actually absorb some of the water, and it helps the soap last longer as well too. So there's just a little bit of different care that you have to use with handcrafted soaps. And I also wanted to show you what I do for packaging, and I also wanted to give you some other ideas as well. There's so many options out there for packaging. After you've cured your soap completely, make sure, if you haven't watched the curing video in this series, go back and watch that one too. That'll give you some great pointers on that as well. What I do is use organza bags, and what that does for the soap, get it up here, it actually allows the soap to continuously breathe, to get that airflow that it needs. Now if you're just doing melt and pour, you need to make sure your soaps are wrapped up very tightly, and right after you've made them, as soon as you can, wrap them. So the cold process or hot process soaps, they need a continuous flow of air, and they just get better and more better with time. Okay, so the organza bags, you can actually still see the soap through the bag, and if you get to that point where you want to sell, you can still smell the soap through the bag. And then I just tie my labels right on through the ribbon that comes in with the bag. Okay, and I also use shoe boxes, and I put my whatever soap it is, I put that on the front of the shoe box, and I always have a hole as well. The hole just makes sure that I'm gonna get a continuous airflow to my soaps, and when they're getting stored, they're just stored inside the boxes. And they also like go to vendor shows, and if you decide to do that later on, that's what I use to carry my soaps from shows to shows. That way, sometimes if you put two different soaps with different scents in one container, those scents can kind of migrate to the other soaps, and then you're going to have some funky smelling soaps. So I always recommend putting one batch of soap in one box, and then you can keep it from absorbing other scents, and also with the lid on it you can protect it from dust and everything else. Oh, there are some other options for packaging out there. You can do boxes. They have the little hole with the see-through, and plus that gives it the airflow as well too. My soaps are 4 inches by about 2.5 by about 1. So it's years ago I looked into the boxes and I couldn't find any that fit, and I didn't want to go through the whole thing of trying to get custom made boxes. So that's why I ended up with organza bags. You can also do the shrink wrap thing, but if you do cold process or hot process, just make sure there is a hole so that the soap can get airflow through it. So it's really just, you know, what you want to do, what works best for you. I don't shrink wrap, so but you can always Google that and ask in the Facebook group too for some more information. There's tons of people in the group that do it. So that's all I have for you right now, but if you have questions, please let me know. You can comment on the video, ask in the group, whatever else you need, okay? And let me know if there's anything else you want help with, any other video ideas. There are more coming in this series, so thank you so much for watching.